Hey, chickadees, welcome in to today's episode of Mojo Mysticism. We pulled three cards from Messages from the Spirits of Nature Oracle by Dr. Stephen D. Farmer. This deck is amazing. We haven't used it very often. Our guides just haven't really pulled us to this deck very often, but they did today. The cards that they had pulled out started with card number 2. This is Apple Tree. This is Abundance. Just happened to be the first card. The cards are not in the order of the message too, which I find very interesting. And then the second card was card number 22. This is the Lotus. This is about resurrection. Okay. Resurrection. And then the third card that came out was card number 41. This is water. This is lifeblood. Lifeblood. And here's the message that they've given us. The lotus, if you know much about lotus flowers, they bloom in some of the worst possible environments. And they bloom on top of the water, but they root down in the muck and the mire underneath the water. And what we're being asked to do and reminded about, really, is that when we make that our practice, when we don't succumb to external conditions in our life, frankly, even internal conditions in our life, but we understand that we can still be beautiful, blooming human beings, spiritual beings that happen to be human. When we realize that, we can transmute suffering into that resurrected flower, into something beautiful. When we do that, and when we make a habit out of that, in other words, we make it our lifeblood, right, to do that transmutation, to allow the blooming to occur even when it shouldn't. Frankly, especially when it shouldn't. When we do that, we move that into a place where it becomes our lifeblood. It is as important to us as breathing. It permeates our bodies and it floods the fascia between all of our cells, all of our organs, our entire being. We have no choice once we have done that. Once we have understood and have learned how to transmute suffering into beauty, into joy, which is the lotus, right? Transmuting that, allowing it to permeate our being so that it becomes the lifeblood of who we are. There is absolutely no way that abundance cannot come about. It's impossible. Try it out and see. And that's the message today. No matter what your situation. And some of us are in some pretty tough situations, and we all go through difficult times here and there. Some of us may be in a difficult time right now, or we can recall a difficult time. And perhaps the way you got out of that was by learning that you can basically grow where you're planted, right? Like the lotus can grow in that muck and mire and create this thing of beauty out of shitty, literally, circumstances in a lot of ways. And we learn to do that, and we learn to allow that to become our lifeblood, to get into the cells and the space between the cells of our bodies. There is absolutely no choice but to see the abundance all around us. Thank you again. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we will see you back here tomorrow with another episode of Mojo Mysticism. Mwah.